Hello, welcome to Regulatory Affairs 101. I am Nancy. Today, we are taking a closer look at one of the most important milestones in drug development, the New Drug Application, or NDA. If you work in regulatory affairs, clinical development, CMC, or you're just curious how medicines reach the market, this video will give you a clear structure overview. Let's get started. An NDA is the formal request of a company submits to the FDA to market a new drug in the United States. It's authorized under Section 505 of the FD&C Act. To earn approval, the sponsor must demonstrate safety, efficacy, and quality. The NDA pulls together all development data, preclinical studies, clinical trials, and detailed manufacturing information. Think of it as the complete scientific and regulatory story of the drug. The rules governing NDAs live in 21 CFR Part 314. Here are the key sections. 314.50. What must be included in an NDA? 314.80 and 314.81, post-marketing safety and reporting. 314.100 through 162, how FDA files, reviews, and issues decisions, including complete response letter. And Subpart H, accelerated approval for serious or life-threatening conditions. These regulations define not just what you submit, but how FDA evaluates it. Every NDA today is submitted in eCTD format. It organizes the application into 5 modules. Module 1, regional and administrative documents. Module 2, high-level summaries, the reviewer's roadmap. Module 3, CMC, drug substance, drug product, and manufacturing. Module 4, nonclinical study reports. Module 5, clinical study reports, including ISS and ISE. This structure helps FDA reviewers navigate thousands of pages efficiently. Under PDUFA, FDA uses 2 main review timelines: standard review, 10-month goal; priority review, 6-month goal. Both timelines start from the date of filing, not the date FDA receives the application. Before the clock starts, FDA conducts a 60-day filing review to decide whether the NDA is complete enough to file or whether it should be refused to file. Priority review is granted when a drug represents a major therapeutic advance or addresses a serious unmet medical need. Once filed, the NDA is reviewed in parallel by 6 FDA CDER disciplines: medical, CMC, pharmacology and toxicology, clinical pharmacology and biopharmaceutics, labeling, and statistics. Each discipline evaluates its section of the dossier, and deficiency from any one of them can lead to a complete response letter. Some of the most common issues that delay approval include incomplete or inconsistent CMC data, missing clinical pharmacology studies, labeling that doesn't match the clinical evidence, Module 2 summaries that don't align with Modules 3 through 5, and failing to incorporate FDA feedback from the pre-NDA meeting. These are all avoidable with strong planning and cross-functional coordination. To increase the chances of a first cycle approval, conduct a Type B pre-NDA meeting, use a rigorous internal filing checklist, ensure cross-module consistency, engage FDA early and often, and validate your eCTD submission before sending it. These steps dramatically reduce the risk of late-stage surprises. Before we wrap up, let's highlight the key takeaways. At its core, an NDA must demonstrate safety, efficacy, and quality. The eCTD structure, especially modules 1 through 5, is essential for organizing the entire submission. Remember the review timelines: 10 months for standard review and 6 months for priority review. And throughout the process, 6 FDA CDER review disciplines work in parallel, meaning any one of them can identify issues that delay approval. Finally, early and frequent engagement with FDA is one of the strongest ways to reduce the risk of a complete response letter. Quick knowledge check before we close. How many days after receipt does FDA decide whether to file or refuse to file an NDA? The answer is 60 days. That's the window FDA uses to determine whether the application is complete enough to begin full review. And that brings us to the end of our overview of the NDA process. Its structure is highly regulated and it requires tight coordination across science, manufacturing, and regulatory strategy. If you found this helpful, hit like, subscribe, and comment below. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.